Back at it, back in it. Cody Hooper in the house. I'm Bradley Gleason, and we're here to give you the best lines for UFC 330. And the boys are chasing history this weekend. Islam Makhachev tied for most consecutive wins in UFC history with Anderson Silva. Can he break that? Ian Garry also chasing history, trying to be the first vegan champion of all time. Can that happen? Questions all around. We're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And as far as I see this, it's kind of a one fight card.
Yeah.
Top of the
And
bill is beautiful. I fucking love this fight. Maximum hype. And then you look down it and you go,
who the fuck is that guy?
and then you look down it and you go, hit me again.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And then you look down it and you go, one more time.
Oh, the fuck is that guy?
Kind of feels like that, but the boys are still here to bring you the value, bring you the lines. We're doing things a little bit differently this weekend because of the fact that this card is a little slight. I didn't really want to break down Mansur Abdul Malik and
Oh, dude,
Dustin
special.
Stolfus, Edson Barbosa and Esteban Rivix. Not bad fights. But
Really old guy.
do you need a full breakdown for two guys that are plus five or minus 500 favorites? I don't exactly think so, but we're going to give you the in the main event. My brother, how are you feeling on this fine weekend?
I am ecstatic, very happy the UFC's back. I don't know why Dana White hates us and thought this card needed a number, but I'm fired up about it nonetheless.
The real question is, we're in Philly. Where the fuck are our beautiful Philly bad boys? I'm talking about Sean Brady. I'm talking about Joe Pyfer. You stick
They
these
have to.
two on this card, it's fantastic.
Oh, phenomenal. And they have to be. I mean, they haven't fought in forever. They have to be ready.
Yeah,
They have to be locked. They have to be dialed.
Pfeiffer hasn't fought since Israel Adesanya. I believe that was in February. Sean Brady was Joaquin Buckley. That was on the Sean Strickland Hamzat Chimaev card. So that was back in March or April, whatever it was. I don't exactly know what they're doing, but you feel like this was a prime, like you're coming to Philly. You bring your Philly boys, especially when you got two big stars like that, or two guys at the top. Sean Brady's in this division, you know?
Yeah.
Makes total sense. But fuck, we're here.
Geography knowledge, just Pennsylvania, just ripped it.
And I'll tell you what, there is one thing I love about Philly. First of all, there is a great fighting history. I'm talking Rocky Balboa, boy. That's the only real fighter I know from Philadelphia. Happens to be fictional, but it's a big fucking deal. And the Philly crowd is rowdy. Did you watch the press conference by chance?
I have watched the clips, and the Philly scumbags are out.
They hate Ian Garry. No shocker, but he has taken a lot of heat, and I expect it to only get louder on fight night. It's going to be a tough crowd for one Ian Garry, who's looking to take the belt off of Islam Makhachev, who's one bad motherfucker, double champ, going for his first defense. Let's get right the frick into it, dog. Ian Garry versus Islam Makhachev. Obviously, I want to start with this. First of all, obviously, Islam Makhachev came up to 170. He beat Jack Della Maddalena dominantly.
Beat
Not
the
the most
brakes off him.
impressively, but dominantly. Absolutely just wrestle fucked him. Ian Garry, the thing about Jack is I feel like there's still a different level of welterweights that are in this division. This division is certifiably stacked. You got the likes of Ian Garry, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales under him, some big boys. These are
Shavkat Rachmanov at
big.
sometimes. Sometimes.
When he comes back, absolutely is absolutely in that same category. I'm going to pose the question again, and I think it comes with a quick answer. You can tell me either way. Do you feel like size matters? Is Islam built for welterweight? Do you think once he gets into this bigger echelon, like Jack's a big boy, but he's not like these other guys we just talked about. Do you think that plays a factor into this fight and then some upcoming fights in the division?
That's a really good question. And I'm going to quote just about every girl I've ever had the pleasure of making love to. And it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean.
Okay, I thought you were going to say size matters. You had a couple size queens, and I was going to go fuck.
No, not me, not unfortunately, no. But the motion of the ocean, Islam Makhachev, he is a lot smaller than Ian Garry. Ian Garry's a bigger fighter, but we'll see.
Yeah, it just feels like one of those things where I feel like obviously Jack, great champion, whatever. a beast of a guy, but he's not the best that 170 has to offer, if you're asking me. I mean, we just saw what Carlos Prates did to him after the fact. It was completely brutal. Still love Jack, savage. I think he's going to have a long stint in this division, but the next crop is like the elite of the elite, and Ian Garry is amongst that mix. How do you see
Yeah,
it playing at?
yeah, 170 not that long ago, Bilal Muhammad was your champion.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy. It feels like Bilal isn't even ready to sniff the belt right now. I do like what you said. Ian Garry is a lot bigger. He has a pretty large reach advantage. And some people I've heard it could be tough for Islam to get to his leg attacks just because Ian Gary's so much bigger. Um, and we'll have to see how that plays out. However, I think those people are fucking stupid. Islam Makhachev might be the best fighter in the UFC history. This man will take you down and break your will, snap you in half. They're gonna have to call PETA because Ian Gary is going to get beat like a hound. I don't see this fight lasting the whole time. Ian Gary, who run the world, girls, I don't know. Beyonce's not here to save you, my guy. I have the under of 4.5 here. I think Ian Gary gets finished. I think he quits. I don't really see how this goes the distance. Islam Makhachev chasing history. There's retirement talk, which I think is interesting. But my pick is under 4.5 rounds plus 135.
And that's kind of the tale of every Islam Makhachev fight for the most part. And the guys that who he's fighting is can they stay off their back? And it's no different for Ian Garry. Obviously, he's looking to keep it rangy and just stick and poke Islam and hopefully nullify some of the wrestling. 0% chance that he can completely keep Islam off of him. He's just too fucking good. Uh, but it's going to be really interesting to see how Islam handles that range and how he looks to attack Ian. If Ian's going to pressure, he likes to really kind of skate around the octagon. He's usually on the back foot. I wonder if he takes a front foot approach here. I also found it pretty interesting just rewatching the Bilal fight. He came out in like a super bladed stance at the beginning of that Bilal fight. Ian's a taller guy. He usually is pretty upright. But in that Bilal fight, he did come out like I'm sure you remember Michael Morales and Sean Brady, where Michael Morales was literally almost hunched over, like,
Mhm.
fuck you, you're not taking me down, and just big dog Sean Brady. Ian did a little bit of the same thing to Bilal Muhammad. Obviously, he doesn't carry the power that Michael Morales does, so the danger is not quite as much. Uh, but I'm interested to see how he takes it because if you can say one thing about Ian Garry, it's just he knows how to win. 17-1. Obviously,
Yeah.
took a loss to Shavkat, but a competitive fight. 17-1. He knows how to win. He's one of the best game planners there are. Hit, not get hit. But he's never really faced a guy like Islam Makhachev. Who has, other than people that have faced Islam Makhachev? That's the big difference here. I
There's
actually,
just
I love that over 4.5. I circled that line too. Didn't take it. I took Ian Garry. He
oh,
is at plus 275. I like the line. I like the boy. I'm flying the Irish flag this weekend. Fuck it, we're riding. Because Ian Garry just happens to be destined for a position like this. This is Dagestan versus Ireland. This is Conor McGregor versus Habib too. Not the same, but the same. You know what happened when Conor McGregor got his first belt?
he got a second one.
His first belt, he took on Jose Aldo, pound for pound number one in the world, and he knocked him out in 13 seconds. A very similar story may happen this weekend. That's why I love that under 4.5. I mean, Ian Garry is going to put Islam's fucking lights out this weekend, and it's going to be fantastic to watch.
That would be absolutely insane. I have the under 4.5. So if that happens, more power to him. Uh, you mentioned something about Connor and Ireland versus Russia and Dagestan. Remind me how that fight went.
Well, yeah, we're not really exactly talking about that one in particular.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Uh, Different styles, different fights. Ian Gary's another level. Maybe not. But Conor McGregor's drunk. There's and I mean this seriously. We're having fun and games here. Ian is one of the most intense motherfuckers on planet Earth. Like a
Yeah,
full folk, incredibly unlikable. almost every word that comes out of his mouth is one of the, the
Sucks.
easiest. It's literally, quite literally, the easiest guy to fucking hate, but he is intensely focused. And this has been the reason I, I fall into the lure of Ian Garry and uh, for years now, he said two things. I want to fight the best to prove that I'm the best. That's what Ian Garry says. And he's done that. And he's taken on opponents that he probably shouldn't have. Shafkat on short notice. Went 5 rounds with a guy that was 18-0 with 18 finishes. Carlos Prates on short notice. Went 5 rounds with a guy that literally puts every other motherfucker to sleep. Lost to Shafkat, competitive fight. I'll argue he won.
There's that argument can be made.
Where's Shafkat at? Out of the rankings. Where's Ian Garry at? Fighting for a belt. But you take on two guys like that and then you punch up Bilal Muhammad. I think you earned your shot here. And I think his strength of schedule is really strong. He's been facing these big bad motherfuckers at welterweight that we look at for Islam Makhachev. Like if I asked you today, does Islam Makhachev make it through the gauntlet of Ian Garry, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, Shavkat?
Yes.
You think he makes it
Yes.
through all four?
Yes.
God, you love Islam Makhachev. I think that is a hard thing to do in my mind because I rate a lot of those guys really highly.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly hard to do. But Islam Makhachev, if he wins this fight, he's pretty much arguably on the Mount Rushmore of UFC fighters. In my mind, he's already firmly surpassed Khabib.
Agreed.
Um, you mentioned something about two guys. You know who else takes on two guys at once? Ian Garry's wife.
Okay, gosh, show some respect. This is a fist fight, not a cuck fight, but he'll definitely lose that one. Fuck, man, that's why I hate picking Ian Garry in this situation because it's so easy to tear the guy down, and it has nothing to do with his fighting. It's just the things that he loves to say, and
He
man.
loves to watch too. Man. Oh, hey, great fighter. Horrible when he gets the microphone. Absolutely awful.
It is I think it's gonna be fun. Regardless, I think we're gonna have a competitive fight. Do you feel that? Or do you think it's just complete Islam domination, takes him down, submits him? What do you think?
I think it's going to be competitive for 2 rounds.
You think we're
And
getting at
then,
least we're getting it
yeah,
into the third?
yeah, pretty much everybody that's like really, really good is competitive with Islam for about 2 to 3 rounds. Dustin Poirier took some rounds off of him, and then it got late, and Islam was Islam. That fifth round was up for grabs, and Islam Makhachev literally grabbed it, whipped it around,
That
and
was sick.
fucking took it. You know what I'm saying?
I
And you know who
realized that.
else is taking it? Ian Garry's wife.
Okay, I fuck, man. I'm trying to rival for my boy, and not in that
So
way.
is she. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, that's you said it earlier. Like Islam Makhachev has surpassed Habib Nurmagomedov. I fully agree in that sentiment. The fact that he's a double champ, he's also 4 out of his 6 championship fights. He's a finisher. 4 out of 6 of his championship fights he has finished. Only 2 he hasn't is JDM. A little worrisome. You worried about that? That he can't finish welterweights with
No,
20 minutes of control time?
not worried.
And the other one is Volk. So it could just be he's got a problem with Australians when it comes to championship fights. He did also head kick Volk. We're not talking about that one though.
Okay, we won't.
Uh, but he's getting ready to, if he beats Ian Garry, he's going to have the longest active win streak of all time. And that's 16 fights, or 17 fights. Incredibly hard to do. Incredibly hard to do. You kind of look back at how the guys that got close, obviously Anderson Silva, he lost. It's 1 second of lost focus that gets you slept. And that's
Mhm.
usually how it goes. That's how these big long win streaks end. You look back at Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman was like baiting him into hitting him and then just got fucking slept. The other one that was on 15, Kamar Usman in the same division, had Leon dead to rights, like 30 seconds left in the fight.
Daniel Cormier had said Leon Edwards quit.
Exactly. lapse of focus, headshot, dead. So I am a little worried about the fact that Islam is kind of feels almost 1 foot out. I mean, he's been talking, he talked in the press conference about wanting to go for 20 consecutive wins, but we've also, the retirement rumbles have started, which I think at a certain point in a title reign, you're almost numb to things and it can become a little redundant and you lose that focus for half a second and you lose to guys that you shouldn't, which in this case might be Ian Garry. In Anderson Silva's case and Kamara's case was Chris Weidman and Leon Edwards. Those guys are better than both the guys that beat them.
Oh, 100%. 100%. To that point, a lot of those people that lost were poor for so long. And then they got money and things started to change. Conor McGregor is a great example of this. Islam Makhachev has had access to unlimited money through Khabib Nurmagomedov for a decade plus, and it just seems like money doesn't change him, and it seems like he's still hungry and he still wants to chase that greatness. And Khabib might want it more than Islam wants it, and I just think it's going to be really hard to lose focus when Khabib Nurmagomedov is just yelling at you in Dagestani Russian, whatever that fucking dialect is, the whole time. I don't know. I'm scared of him, and I'm pretty sure fucking Islam's scared of him too. I it would have to be, and I love how you broke it down. In my opinion, it would have to be a lapse of focus. Something crazy would have to
Yeah.
happen. I mean, it's the year of upsets. Clear as day, it's the year of upsets. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be this year. It's gonna be this night. It's gonna be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I just can't like picture it in my brain. And I
Oh,
don't
I'm
want to hear
picturing
the
it.
vegan cuck PETA fucking shit that he's gonna say on the microphone after. I'm gonna fucking throw up. So I really just don't want it to happen.
Yeah, well, he's unlikable. That's 100% facts. Uh, yeah, I think Islam gets him down. Ian tends to be a little bit of a slow starter, and you're right. I think there could be a chance where he's playing catch up at the end. That's not a good spot to be, especially against Islam, who's a closer. When you have that wrestling, you could definitely close the fuck out of any fight just by taking somebody down and controlling them in that sense. It's on Ian Garry to win this fight, 100%. This is
Oh,
Ian's.
100%.
This is Islam's to lose, Ian's to win. Uh, he needs to control the space, control the octagon, and stay off his fucking back. If he can do that, Islam can be picked apart.
100%. It's been shown. Islam can definitely, his striking rapidly improves, and we're both of us are impressed by it every single time he comes out. His striking's leveled up, leveled up, leveled up. Ian Garry is a phenomenal striker, a great kickboxer, a gaudy kickboxing record from before he got into the UFC. Incredible on the feet, man. Incredible on the feet. Islam Makhachev might be the best wrestler to ever, definitely in the conversation for the UFC, and had an awesome wrestling career before Combat Sambo really took over what he was doing, and then obviously to the UFC.
Back to Islam's 16 wins. Do you know who? Obviously, 16 wins, the longest active win streak. That's Islam Makhachev's. Do you know who's number two right now?
Do I know who's number two right
Or
now?
guess what the second longest win streak is?
Oh, 12?
7, and it's Joshua Van.
Oh, really? I would have fucked up because I was gonna say Pantoja, but like that fight in my head, like
Yeah,
fucking doesn't count, even though it definitely does, and Josh Van's definitely the champ. But that's fucking crazy. Because Josh Van's what, 24?
24. But that's how crazy 16 wins is. That's double
That's
plus two.
insane. Yeah, that's insane. Wow.
The second longest is 7. That's how crazy 16 is. Obviously, Marab had like 14, then he lost to Piotr Jan. Some long win streaks have ended recently,
Hmm.
but Josh Van, 7. Number 2 right now is so crazy. And we'll talk about that a little later because he just got his fight announced for 331, which is the next fight card. Looking for that one's pretty fucking stacked. Pretty pumped about that one.
I'm excited for that one too. Love that guy's hands.
Let's see. You got anything else on this fight that you really wanted to touch?
No, I'm just excited about it, man. Whoever wins this bet between us gets to fuck Ian Gary's wife.
Okay, a deal. That being said, there was kind of a debate earlier this week on Ian Garry saying that his last five opponents were tougher than Islam's last opponent. Did you see this debate?
I did see that debate.
I want to go through it with you, and I kind of want to just get your take on it because I think there's some nuance to it that you can really take it either way, but I want to see what you think. Uh,
Yeah, to me, there's a couple big names in Islam's last five that kind of outrank it, but hit me with it.
so we're going to start, we'll go five to the top. Alexander Volkanovski, Jeff Neal. I think this one is obvious.
Yeah, obviously Alexander Volkanovski.
Alexander Volkanovski, Michael Venom Page.
Alexander Volkanovski.
I agree. Dustin Poirier, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
You gotta give the edge to Dustin Poirier, and I'm gonna give it to him based on activity. And it's crazy that Dustin Poirier has been more active than Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Dustin Poirier is retired.
See, I went the other way with this, and partially not fair because he's injured. It's not like he's just sitting on the
Oh,
sideline.
right. It's not like he's just
Uh,
sitting there in Kazakhstan fucking riding horses. It's not happening.
Dude, come on. The guy could get back if he want. I actually did see a video on his story. I think yesterday he was striking again. So he's looking strong.
I,
Get ready for
I
the
love the
return
guy.
of Shavkat.
I love the guy. We'll see you in 2027, bud.
I think if you look just on paper, obviously Dustin Poirier's got a better career than Shavkat Rakhmonov. If you think about the stakes at the time that they came in, uh, again, Shavkat Rakhmonov undefeated, 18-0, 18 finishes. It's a tough fucking opponent. Dustin Poirier was on a one fight win streak. He was 36 years old. Just at the time of the fight, I think you can make that argument. I'm not upset with you saying Dustin Poirier. Carlos Prates Hanato Moicano.
Carlos Prates. Hanate Moicano got thrown in there on what, a 3-day notice?
Correct.
That was fucking crazy.
Arman Sarukian. There's a reason he's fighting Mauricio Hoofy.
Yeah.
Still. And then the last one was Jack Della Maddalena, Bilal Muhammad.
Jack Della Maddalena beat Bilal Muhammad.
And you can take it that way too. Here's the nuance to it.
Oh, hit me with it.
The question was, from me and Gary's standpoint, is who had the tougher opponents. I think stylistically, Bilal Muhammad for Ian Garry is tougher than Jack Della Maddalena for Islam Makhachev.
Oh, 100%. But the caveat is that Islam Makhachev is the stylistic nightmare for everybody.
And that's the second point
Mhm.
is, and I think the same thing for Shavkat Rakhmonov and Dustin Poirier, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Stylistically, it's a tougher fight for Ian Garry than
Oh,
it is the
100%.
opposite way for Islam Makhachev. It's just a testament to how good Islam is, though. I think
Oh,
he's right
100%.
in the fact that his last five opponents were tougher than Islam's last five opponents, but it's because Ian Garry was fighting him and not Islam Makhachev.
Oh, 100%. It's also almost not fair to compare because Islam Makhachev's last five fights have all been for the title. And Ian Garry's last five fights have not been for the title.
Yeah,
So
he
you
should have
gotta,
stopped at three. If you gave me a hot three, you cut out the Alexander Volkanovskis,
oh
you leave Michael
yeah.
Venom Page and Jeff Neal out. I think the argument gets a little more fun. The fact that he said five really fucked him because you
Oh
can't
yeah.
compare MVP and Jeff Neal to fucking Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
I'll do
If
it.
he said three, I would have been like, Dustin Poirier, it's gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he said five and Alexander Volkanovski, who's the best featherweight of all time, is
It's
on there, it's unfair.
all right. Co-main event. This is Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson. We'll just be upfront and honest about this one. The champion has a name, and it's Zhang Wei Li. It's a damn shame that she's not in this position. I don't exactly know what she's doing. Last time I checked, she was LARPing in China, and she was going full Mulan on it. I guess she's the opposite of Mulan. She's Mulan at the beginning. I don't know if this is racist or not, but have you seen Mulan?
I think everybody's seen Mulan. Yeah.
Fantastic. Look, one of my favorite Disney princesses of all time, if I gotta say so
Great
myself.
movie.
Fantastic. But did you see the video where Zhang Wei Li was all make-upped up with the kind of hair?
Dude, eyes. Yeah. Wood for starters. Second of
Oh,
all,
respect.
I mean, imagine bagging and tagging. I mean, fuck.
Let's get down to business.
Yes. I've never been fucked by a woman, but I'd consider it.
Eh, she picked up Francis Ngannou. You imagine what she'd do to you. She would
I'm.
totally around the bedroom.
Oh
That
my
king size
God.
bed you were talking about. Oh my God. She'd put you
Um.
through that fucking thing.
Yeah, I'd have to buy another new bed, and I don't know if you knew this or not. Those are not cheap. I can't swing that. You know what I'm saying?
But unfortunately for Zhang Weili, she's not here. I don't exactly know where she's at. I don't know why exactly this fight was made without her, because that felt like the obvious thing. After she lost to Valentina Shevchenko, you go back, you grab your belt off of Mackenzie Dern. I think we'd both be sitting here going, easy to pick, easy fight. Zhang Weili's the best in the world. But we get Jillian Robertson, which is more exciting. I think
Red hair, really red hair.
And I'll be honest, I mean, people hype up Mackenzie Dern. I've kind of found I'm not trying to just, we've talked a lot of, the second we went into MMA, women's MMA, we got a little dicey.
A little
Jillian Robertson's
sexist.
been freaking hitting me. The red hair's doing something to me. I'll be 100% honest with you. Never thought it before. And usually Mackenzie Dern's the one stealing hearts, but Jillian Robertson's doing it to me this weekend. Something about that red hair is getting me. But we got to fight.
That we do. That we do. And as beautiful as both these women are, people forget that Jillian's on a 5-fight win streak with 2 knockouts in her last 5. People forget that.
7 wins by submission, most in women's MMA history. She's got 10 finishes, tied with Amanda Nunes. There's not a lot of women that finish fights. Jillian Robertson happens to be one of them. I'll say this, Mackenzie Dern is a dog, though. Hard to finish. And obviously, she's got incredible jiu-jitsu skills. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out because Mackenzie's main path to victory is typically on the ground, but she's
Mhm.
not a very good wrestler, which has been a problem for her in the past, where she can't necessarily get to the takedown. Once it's down, she's as elite as they come. Obviously, I don't even know how many level black belt, tons of titles, very well accoladed in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Jillian Robertson, on the other hand, maybe not the best jiu-jitsu practitioner. Maybe she is. Fuck, she's got 7 submissions, most in women's UFC history. But she's a pretty damn good wrestler, which I think is interesting because Mackenzie Dern is also very active off of her back, which is a gift and a curse.
Yeah,
I
she
see your
is.
fucking smirk. God damn it.
You're no, completely correct. Incredibly gifted off her back. Um, on top, great at getting to where she needs to be. Just incredibly gifted on the ground in general. Yeah, her wrestling has been like if there's a weak spot in her game, it's definitely her wrestling. And I don't want to take anything away from Mackenzie Dern. She's the champ. She's very, very good. All this and that. It kind of feels weird watching Mackenzie Dern fight because it kind of feels like she just big dogs everyone she fights and just kind of like bullies them. And I don't know how easy it's going to be to bully somebody like Jillian Robertson. Maybe I'm off, but I just don't know.
This one's such a fucking toss up for me because, eh, and I mean this respectfully, I don't really see either of them. Like when I see Mackenzie Dern, I'm not like she's going to be a long time champ, but I also don't see Jill. All I see is Zhang Weili. And I go, I know what an elite level woman mixed martial artist looks like. And it's unfortunately, respectfully, there's levels to this fucking game. I wouldn't be surprised if this one, I literally have no fucking clue how it's going to end. It's minus 220 Mackenzie Dern, plus 180 Jillian Robertson. If you got Jillian Robertson in this fight, I completely agree with you. If you got Mackenzie Dern, I completely agree with you. I went ahead and took the over 3.5. As much as a finisher as Jillian Robertson is, this is still women's MMA. A lot of them do go to decisions. I feel like that's the safe play. But I have no fucking clue to be 100% honest with you. This is DDP fallen piano. Anything could happen in my mind.
Yeah, I am gonna keep it a stack and a half, and maybe people are gonna be like, "This guy doesn't know UFC. This guy clearly didn't care." Blah 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 blah. I do. I flipped a coin.
Mm.
I have the under 4.5 rounds here. So we're on opposite sides.
So
Talk to George
you
Washington,
went
dog.
under 4.5 or 3.5?
Under 3.5 rounds.
All right, we're on opposite sides.
Talk to George Washington. I flipped that bitch in the car on the way here.
Did you get heads or tails?
I got tails.
So we're not going to talk to George Washington. We're going to talk to whoever's on the back of the quarter, which would be probably a building, or if it's a special quarter, potential that it's maybe Sacagawea or something.
You know what? It was Probably Sacagawea. I don't fucking know.
Well, you did it in
Um,
your car, so I assume it was a fake quarter.
it was a real quarter.
Okay, you did flip an actual coin. That's fair.
Bling. Tails. Under 3.5 rounds. My pick for picks a little bit later might be Mackenzie Dern. We'll have to see.
Ah, respect. I don't know if I mentioned it off the top. We might be a little late into the game, but we might as well fucking get there. But we're doing main co-main event, and then we're doing a parlay. We'll talk about some other fights on the card, but we're doing main co-main event and we're doing a parlay. I don't really have too much to add to that. Feels like you do. You're giving me the finger.
Nothing.
Okay. I'll add something real quick though. I watched back Amanda Hebos, which was Mackenzie Dern's last loss. There is a real advantage for Jillian Robertson if she can avoid the submission. Mackenzie Dern will sit on her back probably longer than she should, chasing down submissions because she's very active from there.
Mhm.
It's just a bad look in a fight a lot of times, even if you're, putting her under a lot of pressure and, you're threatening stuff. Being on your back is never a good spot to be. And she does tend to sit there and kind of fight for submissions. We'll see if Jillian Robertson can get in that dominant position. Who do you think's a better striker? Do you know?
Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie
Yeah,
Dern.
that's what I kind of
Yeah.
felt too.
Yeah. I just think Jillian kind of she also big dogs the people she fights. And so it's gonna be like a big dog off. You know what I'm saying? And I think Mackenzie's probably the bigger dog. It's kind of hard to talk about this fight because it doesn't fucking matter. Like Zhang Wei Li's gonna
Yeah.
be back here in like 2 months or 3 months and just beat the absolute fucking brakes off whoever wins this fight.
Speaking of fights that don't matter, that's every other fight on this card. But the next one's Jalen Turner, Coway Fernandez, and I actually really like this fight, and I'm glad that they moved it up initially when we were first looking at the card. I don't know if this. I think this fight was here, just was listed on the prelims. Jalen Turner retired, came back, fought Edson Barbosa, who's fighting actually on this card as well. Uh, I fucking love Jalen Turner, a savage, huge for 155 pounds. Coway Fernandez kicks the fuck out of people's legs. The absolute fuck out of people's legs. Had Harry Hardwick, obviously not the highest level, but Harry Hardwick crawling on the canvas, stopped him in the first round of leg kicks alone. Little worrisome because Jalen Turner is so long.
Long legs.
And he's got them tiny little, he's got like John Jones calves, tiny little calves. Feel like there's an advantage there. Coway is like elite at calf kicks. Want to see how he can handle that, but obviously length is also an advantage where he's got them freaking long arms. Could just sleep this motherfucker. Who's to say? I made a pick for this one just for funsies because I do like this fight a lot. I like the over 1.5. It's plus 114. I thought that was pretty good odds for this fight.
I like that as well. I like the over. I my pick is Jalen Turner. Um, that's a really good point about the leg kicks. But also if Jalen Turner is going to lose this fight, it feels like it's going to be in under a round and a half. Jalen Turner is the king of winning fights and getting knocked the fuck out. And I think it has a lot to do with him. I mean, he must cut an unimaginable amount of weight to get
Yeah.
down. I mean, the dude's 6 foot tall. Like, what are we fucking talking about? I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't know what his weight cutting process has looked like since he got back from retirement. He's an incredibly, incredibly high level, pretty much everything he does. A skill matchup nightmare for anybody that's not Ignacio Bahamondes. Um, yeah, love Jalen Turner. Love seeing him back. We kind of knew he'd be back. It really looked like he retired. Just
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it was like a year off.
yeah, like because he was angry. I've been angry after losing things too. I get it.
I'm surprised he
Uh,
didn't come back at 170. That's the only thing I'm surprised about because I'm sure the weight cut has to have a factor into why he was so drained in the first place.
he's a large man.
But so let's get on to the parlays. How'd you go about thinking about this? And I think I cheated a little bit, but it's okay. Actually, I didn't because I heard you say something earlier. So we're in a really good spot. How'd you
For
view
sure.
your parlay? What did you see on here? Just quick hitters, Mansur Abdul Malik, again, minus 650 against Dustin Stolfoots, Edson Barbosa, Esteban Rivovic. Those are fun fights to round out the main card. Feels like there's an obvious winner. The line tells you so. I don't see it going any other way. Esteban Rivovic, really exciting fighter. Edson Barbosa at the end of his career. Esteban Rivas got kind of wrestle fucked by Mateusz Gamrot last time out, but every other fight he's been in has been like fight of the night classic. I think I was thinking about it a little bit more. I don't know if he's got a ton of power, just for the simple fact that he has been going to so many fight of the nights with Nasrat Haqparast, with freaking the guy that Bobby Green knocked out. I'm forgetting his name right now. You made fun of me last time we talked because I call him a tall, lengthy Mexican, I think.
Oh fuck. I can't remember who the fuck
Daniel
that was.
Huber.
Yes.
Uh, but I think he gets it done. Same
Yeah.
thing with Mansour Abdul Malik. Last time he fought one of Alex Pereira's teammates and a really high level kickboxer, a guy that actually kickboxed with Alex Pereira earlier in his career and gave him some good fights. Ended up getting um, stopped there, I believe. Did he get stopped or did he
I
just,
think
yeah,
so.
third round KO? Uh, he's had kind of an interesting beginning to his UFC career. The Cody Brundage fight, he headbutt KO'd him, which was kind of sick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely was kind of sick, for sure.
Uh, but a big, powerful guy, a nice prospect, can be a little slow starter. So I want to see what he does with Dustin Stolfoots. But Dustin Stolfoots has lost, I believe, three straight into not very good guys. Kelvin Gastelum, Nursultan Ruzbayev, and I guess he only lost two straight because he did beat Mark Andres Barrio, but I don't rate him super high. Does have a win over one Joe Pyfer though, way back in the day. So
Way back. Way back. I love that though. Look at you just breaking it down, saying names correct. Fuck. Professional.
I don't know if I said him correctly, but I said him.
You said them with confidence, and that's all that really matters. I did cheat just a little bit on my parlay, and I was trying to scramble and change it so I didn't cheat.
What makes you think that you cheated?
I did pick Mackenzie Dern
Okay,
money
beautiful,
line
beautiful, beautiful.
on my parlay.
I took a pick in the main event, so don't feel bad about it.
Okay, perfect. I have so obviously Mackenzie Dern money line minus 218. Jalen Turner money line minus 148. And then I have the opponent of Neil Magny, minus 142. Neil Magny's fucking dog shit trash. He's done. He's finished. So anytime anybody's fighting Neil Magny, I'm gonna pick the opposite. I'm not gonna butcher that man's name.
Ramiz Brahimash.
Yep, sounds good. Those three picks do get you plus 316. I would go ahead and just put your house on it.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I'm about to give you plus 863 odds here.
Oh,
I went with
fuck.
a violence parlay. Starting off with Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson by KO. This guy is making his UFC debut. Sorry, not his UFC debut. Had a couple fights in the UFC, but fights in syndicate with Sean Strickland. Powerful, fast. He's taken on Eric Mikinoko. Uh, Again, feels like one of those fights where he's kind of set up to win here. Uh, he got knocked out by Sanger Susarkayev, which is Sanger Susarkayev has the Hamzat Chimaev backing, but I don't necessarily know if the skill set really translates. If you're getting knocked out by him, I think Deontay Johnson can do the same.
I
I also
agree.
took Mansour Abdul Malik to get the knockout over Dustin Stolfoots. Dude's a fucking powerhouse. You look at him, he's built like a brick shit house. He's a minus 650 favorite. I like it.
The
I think
line's moved to 675. That's
even
crazy.
worse. By KO, he's minus 105, by the way. Deontay Johnson by KO is plus 110. I also took the line that you took at the beginning of the night here, which was under 4.5 rounds. Somebody's getting a finish in the main event. I'd like to think so at least. Either Ian Garry's doing something absolutely special or Islam Makhachev's getting it done. But I like to think that this thing's not going to the bell. I think there's a little pressure on Islam Makhachev with the way his last fight went. So much control time. If he does the same thing to Ian Garry in this position and doesn't find a finish, I think he's going to be hunting for it big time to really stamp himself into this 170-pound division. And Ian Garry, as far as I'm concerned, it's finish or bust. I don't think he can win a decision. I was surprised to see First of all, I feel like Vegas is teasing us a little bit with this line to begin with, because 70% of the money is on Islam Makhachev, but
And the
the
public is stupid.
over four 70% of the money is on Islam.
And
You're money.
the public is stupid though. That scares me.
So you're saying I'm right.
Yeah, I am.
Nice. Freak yeah. So Ian Garry is getting it done this weekend.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But I thought it was funny that over 4.5 was minus money. He's 3-1 favorite, and you're thinking he's not getting a finish. Vegas is playing us here. Something's going on.
Vegas knows something that we don't know. I don't know what it is, and I won't figure it out, but they know something.
So I took a violence parlay, all finishes at plus 863, and I like it.
I like yours
like
way
it
better
a
than I
lot.
like mine. I like yours. Yours is way cooler and way more fun. Would I put my house on it? No.
I believe $10. Let me look at it real quick. $10 wins you $96. So
That is fun.
something to think about. I threw my money on it. I threw a 10 piece on it just to have a little bit of fun. Um, and yeah, that's
You
pretty
want
much
to talk
all
about
I got.
Anthony Smith or no?
Huh?
You want to talk about Anthony Smith or no?
Yeah, talk to me about him. Tell me what's going on with Anthony Smith. I haven't really heard any updates since initially seeing it in the court. Do you have some insights, or you just wanted to let me know that Anthony Smith is on one?
It's kind of wild that even the fight with his wife went to the judges.
Okay, okay, that is actually a great point.
Dude sucks at finishing. Not very good at it.
The story was crazy. I think there's something about him trying basically went to a concert early in the night. Some things went awry. He was, couple fight. He was yelling at somebody. He was trying to get his wife in the car. Somehow they got back to their house. He tried to run her over multiple times, which I want to read it. I mean, obviously old story, but his charges on face value looked insane.
Oh yeah.
It
He
was like
also is hammered in his mugshot.
it was acts of terrorism. Yeah, attempted first degree domestic assault. That's kind of the obvious one in there. That one's perfectly fine.
Hang
Terrorist,
on, let's go on the record here and say
not
that
perfectly
us
fine.
as is a shower against domestic violence.
Against domestic violence, absolutely. But when I read you the rest of
I
the
got you.
the
I got
charges,
you.
that one feels all right. I mean, that not all right, but it makes sense. That was the obvious one for the situation.
I
I'll
can't do
say
this
that.
show by myself, bro. I can't. Stop.
I
Go
told you
ahead.
Milan's my favorite Disney princess. I support women. Milan's a badass chick. She got in there with the dude. She was the first trans athlete, as far as I'm concerned.
She
So I
wasn't
support.
trans.
Well, she pretended to be a man and fought for the freaking Chinese army. So I would
That's
say what
true.
it is.
It kind of weird that John Smith didn't like her after he figured out she was a chick. Sorry, continue.
John Smith is Pocahontas, my friend. So you're mixing up your princesses here. I don't know what the actual guy's name is, but John Smith is definitely not a Chinese name for a Mulan movie.
Sorry, I think I broke up. Continue. Go ahead.
Uh, but the second one's terroristic threats, which just reading it, you go, what the fuck happened? Because this is kind of the first thing that came out was just the charges, as far as I know. Where you just read those three charges and you go, terroristic threats. Did he try to blow up a fucking building or something? After looking into it, I think it was he had almost like a standoff with the cops in his house where he had locked himself in and had threatened to kill himself or kill anybody that came in. Obviously, the guy was fucking hammered. Who knows what he's dealing with? All sorts of CTE from his time in the UFC. But terroristic threats on paper is like, this motherfucker planned 9/11. What happened?
912.
And then first degree false imprisonment, which I didn't really understand off initial reading, but it was just like basically trapping his wife and like forcing her into the car. I think that was kind of the situation that brought that charge
Oh.
upon. But interesting situation. I want to see, is there any update? Anthony Smith's update. Let's get a quick update on Anthony Smith, see how he's doing. And then let's move to a lighter topic. I can't believe you brought this up at a time like this. Jesus.
Sorry, I really just wanted to make the
Judge's joke.
judge's
Yeah, that
joke.
was good.
Yep.
That was fantastic. Oh, there
Oh,
goes the
oh,
green screen. Read
oh,
between the lines, a little freaking
oh.
broken fourth wall. Doesn't appear anything has came since. I did see something from his wife that was like, "We're good. It wasn't that bad." I don't know who's covering for who, but it seems like everything's okay in the Smith family. Wish him well. I'll say that. And we are against domestic violence here on this program at Read Between the Lines.
Domestic violence bad.
We're also against terroristic threats and false imprisonment.
All of those bad.
We are men of the people. We are men of the law, and I pay my taxes.
Yes.
Just want to put that out, just in case
Conor
anyone.
McGregor was injured before his title fight, or before his fight with Max Holloway.
You think so?
I mean, he went to a specialist the week of the fight, a knee specialist.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where are you getting this information from? I didn't see
Got
this.
caught on camera. The knee specialist released Conor McGregor entering the building, the security footage.
Huh.
Yeah.
What sucks? The whole freaking thing was an absolute bummer. I can't even believe it happened.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we haven't really even talked about that. We obviously that's coming off the back of that card, but how big of a freaking bummer was that?
Yeah. I mean, it was great for my picks, but
It should be null and void. By the way, just an update on the picks. I'm holding on, baby.
you are holding on. You
I'm
are.
shooting at a 53% clip right now. You're at
Ooh.
47.
Oh, so we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll make the people money.
But
It's
there's
September.
only what, 4 months left in the year?
Yeah, but I got them all right this time.
You absolutely dominated me last year, and boy is the boy coming back. The new, I don't want to say it too early. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm feeling like a championship trophy is coming to my house.
Oh, the new what? What were you saying? Sorry, I
I'm
missed
I'm
you.
I'm the
You cut
new
out. You cut
I'm the new
out.
betting leader of Read Between the Lines.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure. For sure. For sure. Any other news you want to cover?
Yeah, let's look at 331
Let's do it.
because and also let's talk about Quillen Sowkit. How fucking good is Quillen Sowkit? God, is he good?
So good.
That's one of the,
The Patty the Badgie.
oh yeah, fantastic. Good call. Both of those fights were from a prospect perspective at 155 division. It is in good fucking hands. Patty rolling up Benoit Saint Denis in the fashion that he did as quick as he did. First of all, feel vindicated. Both of us were on that side, and I feel like there was a lot of chatter on Benoit Saint Denis before that fight. I can't remember the odds exactly. Was he a dog?
Patty the Badgie was a dog. Yeah.
Dumb fucks.
Stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck.
I thought that was one of the most obvious uh lines on that card, and it played out exactly like that.
Renato Moicano, Brian Ortega,
You're
loser
looking at
leaves
no.
town.
Oh
Loser
no,
leaves town.
it's on 331. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Loser leaves town.
This is a great card. And the card before this, by the way, UFC Noche is also stacked. We got Tommy McMillan added to that card. Yair Rodriguez versus John Silva. But the big one on this card, obviously, Josh Van Allen. We're going to go through this card, so I don't want to spend too much time on it because we're going to be here in uh, a month or so. But Josh Van Alexander Pantoja coming soon. The repeat. I think we talked about this on the last card. Feels like there's a change in a guard at flyweight, but the big one that I want to talk about is Arman Sarukian getting matched up with Mauricio Rufy. Are they sending this guy to the Wolves, or are they sending or are they just letting him rack up an easy dub? Because it's one or the other.
It feels like if Mauricio Rufy is that a 5 round fight? That's a 5 round fight, right?
5 round fight.
It feels like if Mauricio Rufy can make it to the later rounds, he'll have Armin figured out. Dude, he figures everyone out. It's wild to watch. Like
And there's
he's
such
just
a
like,
danger factor when it comes to Mauricio Rufy, where you're going, this guy can put your lights out at any given second. And people were I do think there's also an obvious path to victory for Arman Sarukian. We've seen Mauricio get taken down and choked out by Benoit Saint Denis. It's a favorable matchup for him, but only in the sense where, Islam is a favorable matchup to a JDM or an Ian Garry. It's like you have to get this thing to the ground quick, or else you're getting knocked the fuck out, especially across from Mauricio Rufy.
I like Rufy fighting out of Australia,
Yeah.
especially for this fight. Feels like the fighting nerds have no fucking idea how to wrestle. Feels like they've never wrestled before. And they wrestle all the time in Australia. It's pretty popular. They know how to do it.
I want to bring you back to because we're going to talk about that card. I don't want to blow our freaking load right now. UFC Noche, because we probably will not be talking about this one. It's a fight night. Um,
This is a banger though.
this is a banger of a fight night. Yair Rodriguez finally making his return. About fucking time.
This card's way better than the card we just talked about.
Oh, 100%. I can name the entire main card, and I don't even have to watch their fights. I know the fuck they are.
We should do a no-chase show for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little weird for me in the next month, but I'm happy to. I'm going to Seattle. A little fun fact for the people out there watching. I'll be in Seattle for the next month, basically.
The Tub game
Tub
popping
game.
off in Seattle.
But Tuesdays are gonna be my free day.
We'll make it work.
So if we can knock out some Tuesday programs, that'd be fantastic.
We'll make it work.
Very happy to talk about this card though, because it is fucking stacked. We also got Peyton Talbot on UFC 332. Again, about time for that freaking guy.
Dude, they shelved him for so long.
He's coming back against Davison Figueiredo, which I don't love. A fighter on this Noche card is David Martinez, Dan Ige. That's another one where I'm like, who gives a shit? Like these are two guys at 135 working up the ranks. Dan Ige, Davison Figueiredo, Cheeto Vera, those are stepping stones at this point, and they already have David Martinez is coming off of a Cheeto win. Dan Ige is a step back, in my opinion, or an equal step. It's not progressive.
Didn't David or he didn't he just lose though?
Do you beat Cheeto?
Yeah, but then I thought he lost a fight.
No, he's supposed to fight Umar Nurmagomedov and pulled out.
That's what I was thinking. Yep, there it is.
Umar's uh coming soon. Did he just fight, or did I just see his face?
I think you just saw his face. I don't think Umar's scheduled. He could be scheduled.
Umar Song Yadong is happening in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think the end of the year is going to be a lot of fucking fun, though. We're going to get obviously this card, UFC 330, UFC 3 Noche is fantastic. UFC 331 is fantastic. Then we're going to go into MSG. I assume that's probably going to be Tom and Cyril.
Hopefully.
I mean, if we're looking at who's left, like as far as champions, obviously Joshua Van is on the 331 card. Piotr Jan and Alexander Volkanovski, Piotr with Marab, Alex with Mosar. Polymarket dropped it, which I halfway believe because they're the official betting partner of UFC. But Polymarket dropped them for UFC 332, which is Salt Lake City. So same card as Peyton Talbot. I feel like that's true. Why would
That'd be
Polymarket
dope.
say otherwise? Not official by the UFC, but just assuming that that's true. I don't imagine Justin Gaethje coming back this year. I just don't.
I'm pretty
Islam,
sure he said he was done this year.
yeah, he did. Islam Makhachev obviously fighting this weekend. Sean Strickland is the other champion on the list that like is
Oh
going to be
yeah.
coming back at some point this year, I assume.
Sean Strickland versus Bud Light.
Hey, that'd be crazy. You think it's going to be Hamzat again? They go
Dude,
Nasty Mavov. They're not giving DDP 3. I can't imagine that.
I think it probably if Hamzat's gonna continue to if Hamzat's not going up, then yeah, it'll be Hamzat. But I mean, Hamzat already offered Sean Strickland $1 million to cancel that last fight.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
Oh yeah, yeah. So Hamzat was gonna pull out.
Because of the
Hamzat
weight
wasn't gonna
cut?
fight. Yeah, the weight cut. Hamzat sucks at cutting weight. He's
Yeah, he
not
really
very
did. He's
good at
horrible.
it. It's like, bro, cut the weight.
You're gonna love this. Speaking of cutting weight, Patchy Mix fought last weekend. He fought 2 days ago, actually.
Oh, and
Missed
what
weight by seven
organization?
and a half pounds. He's in Ryzen. Lost. That's four straight. Patchy Mix came to the UFC with one loss. He's lost four straight.
Dude, he was so hyped up too. Everyone was like, Patchy Mix. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I knew you'd like
I
that.
I don't know. Bro, nobody has fought anybody until they get to the UFC.
Well, that's going to be interesting because any thoughts on Usman Nurmagomedov coming over?
He's coming back?
Umar Usman
Oh.
PFL PFL Nurmagomedov
Oh.
is
Oh.
supposedly coming over, and I guess we'll end on this one, but PFL MVP merger. What's your vibe on that?
I think I taught you a little bit about this. It kind of seems like two dog. It's like two like dying dogs, right? And you give them like a heart transplant that's gonna make them last like another year. It kind of seems like, yeah, that's cool, but like it's not a forever thing. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody was watching the PFL. Jake Paul is the only really draw to MVP, and Amanda Serrano is an incredible boxer. I don't mean to take anything away from Amanda Serrano, but I mean Francis Ngannou is not going to fight an
That's
MVP anymore.
that's the I think that's the advantage to MVP coming over is the fact that I even know who Amanda Serrano is a testament to the marketing value that Jake Paul does have. I don't care to see him fight. I don't care to see him fight in the PFL. Potential that he tries to work something out with Nate Diaz. I watch it, but I'm not like, God, I need to see this. I thought there was kind of a big miss in speaking of Usman Nurmagomedov, like kind of got in the cage and got embarrassed by Usman Nurmagomedov in a certain sense. Uh, but I do think there's some marketing value to it. That's what the PFL needs is they need to be able to build stars in their own right. And I think they should see themselves as a subsidiary league. If they want to be successful in my mind, they got to stop trying to compete with the UFC and try to become the best promotion outside of the UFC that feeds into the UFC
They got to be AAA baseball,
or college football.
college football.
College football makes a fuck ton of money. And if you can build stars and then send them out, obviously you want to keep them. But the problem is nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck about the PFL.
So let's not try to keep them. Let's build them, ship them to the big leagues, and you can create a really nice system like that. Because if you look down most PFL cards, and I went to PFL in Austin, and it was kind of a unique experience. It was pretty cool seeing fights that cool. Floor seats, $250.
A steal.
Fucking
A
awesome.
steal.
I was like 6 rows back. Johnny Eblin versus Impa Kasang and I had a pretty good time. But
Slamming the beers.
oh, crushing brews. Here's a fun story for you. Chopping it up with babes next to me, having a really fucking good time. We were doing a little betting. Made $50 by the way. Absolutely fleeced these chicks next to me.
Nice.
Couple sweet young ladies next to me. I'm firing off some brews. I'm spitting some game. I think I'm all the way in, brother. Little do I know, lesbians. These are hot chicks. These aren't butch dykes. These are hot lesbians. Married
Oh,
lesbians.
fuck. So you just had no shot.
No shot at all. Probably like 30 years old, but two like babe lesbians. And I was I mean, elite
Spitting your
level
best
game I
game.
was spitting. Follow them on Instagram. First post is like a pin post, and it's them at their wedding. I was like, I literally DM'd her. I was like, the whole time I thought I had a shot. This is fucking crazy. But
Did
congrats
she
to you.
DM you back?
Yeah,
What did she say?
I'll read it to you. I don't care.
Please do.
I'll
We're
show
getting,
it.
we're actually looking for a third.
Let's see. Yeah, I DM'd her. I said, "Why didn't you tell me? Ha ha ha! I really thought I had a shot," with a bunch of laughing faces. And then
Uh-huh.
I sent her her own video of their like wedding video,
Uh-huh.
and she said, "LMAO, I could tell two shit talkers were in their element, and I was loving it. Didn't want to make it about me."
Oh, just a cool ass chick. I fuck with it.
No,
I fuck with it
sweet,
so heavy. I
awesome
fuck with
chick.
it so heavy.
But it was pretty funny to like, and this is a drunk. I'm fucking hammered, and I
Yeah.
get the Instagram. I'm like, I'm fucking crushing it tonight. Look at it. Two fucking married lesbians.
Married lesbians. Just went home.
And I'll tell you
Fire. Lit a
what,
fire.
I still think I got a chance.
Hey, you
Yeah, I didn't give up hope. I
know
didn't hit
that?
him with another DM, but I'll be honest, I felt good about it the entire time.
Hey,
Great
people
about
are fucking Ian Gary's wife. You have a shot.
it. You got to leave the guy alone. He's going to be the champion of the world, the first vegan champion of all time. He's going to break down Islam Makhachev's 16 consecutive wins. We're not hitting 17. Now with Ian Garry on the call, a massive fight this weekend going down in Philly, a one fight card, but a big fucking one at that. That was read between the lines. Those are the lines from the fellas. An absolute fucking pleasure, as always, doing this with you, brother. And I'll see you on the flip.